Hi Libra, welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. This week, Libra, we are tapping into your starseed family to see what they can tell you about your past, your present, and your future. And I'm going to do that by starting with the Starseed Oracle deck. Well, Libra, you have quite the reading here. And I'm going to say at first I was very overwhelmed because you have one of the biggest underlines I've ever seen, I've ever had. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 underlying cards. And I got to say the backstory, to me it's kind of like the backstory. It's why we're here. And I got to say this is really such a profound backstory. So, okay, I know you may not be able to see the cards like exactly what they say when I show the zoom in. You see my sort of I'm really enjoying doing that actually, doing my new format. Okay, we have karmic. I'm going to read each one to you because I think it's important that you can see them, because I tried zooming in and I thought, you know what, when you zoom in, it's still, because it's so much, it's not 100% clear. Karmic, so this is where we start, okay? Karmic relationships, Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, conflict. Right there, there's almost like, this is, the beginning of this backstory is a person caught between two worlds. And they are projecting themselves into a new world, into a new reality, into a new way of consciously thinking about things. But they're still attached karmically to past relationships, to things going on around them. But their soul is calling them to grow, right? This is you. This is what I'm talking about. Your soul is calling you to grow, but there's a conflict there because, right, these are polar opposites of who you see yourself right now as. I want to say in the past, because there's a lot that goes on here. And then like where you're going into the future, right? But you do see seeds of Mantaka, seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to life. So it's like there's an entire story here of a massive awakening, and then really walking into it, like really walking into this awakening. So that's where you start. And then, but it's like seeing the potential. So the potential is sort of like the carrot that the universe is waving in front of you. Even, I want to say, even your own inner child, your deeper soul is like, yes, I recognize the carrot. Come on. Ego, mind, let's get going. You see it? Yeah, I see that. But it's like, you know, when you're starving and you see a buffet in front of you, all you want to do is run in, and you want to run in and get the buffet, right? Of course you would. You're starving. And that's kind of like what that feels like to me with this, the karmic relationships. But there's conflict here. You know you've got to grow. You know you've got to change. But how am I going to do? But you can't just walk into the buffet. I don't know why. I haven't, but you know what I'm saying. Then you get weight. That feels like the hard part, because it is almost like you're coming from this period of existence, your soul, your timeline of starvation. You know, what was there wasn't feeding you in any way. And then, so it's not yet time. Things are being woven. So it's almost actually like you show up early to the buffet, or you show up and you can see they've got all the little tags, what's going to be in which spot. There's going to be sushi, there's going to be pizza, there's going to be, for the vegan friends, fried tofu, you know, all sorts of things at this buffet. But you can see the potential, but you can't have it yet. It's not yet woven. It's still being created, okay? Because you needed to wake up, you needed to find this restaurant, which is, the restaurant is the symbolism of sort of like your new path. And then as it's being woven, then the next one is a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. It's almost like, well, now you can see them bringing the stuff out to the buffet, right? You've been starving. Your soul has been hungry. And now the stuff is coming out, right? But they've still got the lids on them, but you're starting to smell it. It's like it. Now this is what, you're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness, face your true north. So it's almost like at this point, you kind of realize you're at an unusual buffet and none of your friends are here. No one that you've ever known before is here. This is not where you've eaten before. And so, okay, I gotta talk about these at the same time. So this is like, you're not for everyone, embrace your weirdness. Then it has, you got the love, Heredian energy, codependency, and boundaries. This is the point where you decide to either, do I walk out of here? Because it's like it's unfamiliar. Even though it's everything you need to feed your soul, it suddenly becomes unfamiliar because it's not where you've been in the past. I don't really know what this is going to taste like. Maybe it'll make me sick. Should I eat this? It's almost like all this second guessing starts happening when you realize, oh, these are big changes. I'm not for everyone. This is a very, this buffet, it feels like the experience that you're walking into is a very nuanced, specific. It's a specific niche that you're walking into, that you're going to fit into, that you are, that your relationships will be. And that's it's almost like a panic moment, because this card to me feels like it's like turning back into the past reality, being stuck in between, but being urged to go forward. It's like 3 different reality timelines to me that feel like they're converging, and it's almost like a fight. It's almost like I feel like a scene in the Matrix where it starts to happen, right? But then it happens, because then you get the blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. Wow, it is. It's this is so profound. This is one of the most profound readings I've put, like the backstory, and I'm not even finished with your freaking, I don't even know if I'm going to get to the cards that actually came out to the reading, because the backstory is so profound, Libra. It's so profound. So then it's like this activation when it's this instance of, it's just almost, I'm really feeling like there's a scene in the Matrix. I think it's when Neo is going through, who's the agent? Agent Smith? Is that what he is? And it's like when he sees through the Matrix, but it's almost like the Matrix is pushing through you, like Neo is pushing through you. And it's so uncomfortable because I keep seeing that scene where Agent Smith is like, yeah, the Matrix starts flowing through him to bust him open. And then but that's what happens here with the blue flame. It's a spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. You did it. That's what I want to say, is you did it. And then trust the timing. See, now I feel like you trust everything. Like now you're in the flow. Trust the wave you came in on, because this wave felt really difficult, and it felt like it was teasing you. It felt like you second guess yourself, and then time is not running out. It's almost like, wow. Look at this. Do you see how you start with like here? There's some point in time here where you're in this reality, this basis of reality that's not feeding your soul. And then you're like, oh, you see the buffet. You smell the buffet, whatever it is, right? It's the potential that pulls you in. But then, right, so you end here after this difficult activation, and you trust the timing. Time is not running out. And look at, it's like you can see yourself where you are now, where you're going to be, and then where you're going to be after that. But it's like a vision. It produces this vision for you. Now, before I get into the spirit animals, I want to get into the underline for the tarot, because it's so symbolic of what this underline is for the Starseed card. It's actually, I want to say, I think it's one of the most powerful, again, underlying combination that I've ever pulled out. It starts with the Devil and the King of Wands. Okay, this feels like a very toxic way, a very toxic habit. It could be of how you were, how you are, how you've been. It's toxic behavior. And it's very self-serving. It's self-serving, toxic behavior that I feel like, though, is driven by a bit of an insecurity here. Because he's standing behind the throne. It just never feels right to me, this card with the King of Wands. The King of Wands isn't even in a fucking throne. He doesn't, like, he's probably the last king that would have a throne. Because he's going to go out and do shit. He's going to go out and he's going to be out there. Like, but so it is, it's like he says, it doesn't feel right sitting in this throne. You know, that's the thing that I get with this too. It's like the King of Wands, like, I don't feel like the throne isn't right for me. Because this king is not meant to lead from a throne. This king is meant to lead by his intuition, by his passion, by his drive, by his instinct. But with the devil here and him standing, it's like he doesn't even realize that. He's like still somehow clinging to this throne, but knowing it's not right. It's not for me. It's not. Yeah. All the other kings, I could see them sitting in the throne. Not the King of Wands. Can barely hang on to it. The world. Like, right, it just says that cycle is over. And not only is it over, but you have successfully finalized it and closed it off. Never again will you look at a position in life and doubt where you should be, whether you should take it or you should walk away from it. Never again. Do you see how profound this is? Because it's like, I know I'm not supposed to sit in the throne, but I really don't have the confidence to do what I think has never been done before. Because, right, kings always sit in the throne. This devil, it's gone. Like, it's friggin' amazing. It's frickin' amazing. So, now, the underlying... Yeah, the underlying for the spirit animals is so in alignment with everything here. Like, it just blows my mind how this entire underlying matches up so well. Okay, I'm going to quickly show you one after another, and then I'm going to talk about it. Parrot spirit, watch your words. Eagle spirit, spirit has your back. Canary spirit, sing your own song. Porcupine spirit, time for beginner mind. Crow spirit, co-create with spirit. Turtle spirit, slow and steady wins the race. This is amazing. Because the watch your words, spirit has your back. Sing the way you want to sing, right? And what I love about that is sing your own song. It matches up so much with You're Not For Everyone, right? It's perfect. You don't have to watch your words. Maybe you've watched your words before because you didn't know how to say or what to say or how to do it. Because this devil was here. It was like you knew you weren't, I'm not supposed to sit in the throne. But everyone's always told me I should sit in the throne. Everyone else sits in the throne. That's how you lead. No, this is leading by example. And this example, to me, the King of Wands, always leads by example. He's never in the throne. I can't think of any tarot deck. Well, no, there's a couple. But I don't think he should be in the throne. The ones to me that really represent the King of Wands in his most healthiest aspect is, I think one in the Everyday Witch. He's looking at a map. He's talking to the cat. Could not be more strange. And a more unique way of, like, a type of leadership that is, it's wholly yours and you own it and you do what you want with it. So, right? So it's like, oh my God, I need to just be me and do it in my own way and say it in my own way and produce it in my own way. And then it's a whole new way of thinking, right? I love that. And now, because it's a whole new way of thinking, you are creating in a perfect alignment with the universe. And there's no rush. Oh, I love that. You trust the timing, right? Trust the timing. There's no rush. Got lots of time. Because, yeah, I don't know. I can't probably even describe. I've tried. I've done my bestest to like this, but there is like slow and steady. You don't feel like you're missing out on anything. You don't feel like anything is passing you by. You are really in an alignment here. So that's the underlying. Should we get into the reading? Oh my gosh. You know what's funny? When I first looked at this, I thought, oh, it's like just quickly on the surface, because when I shuffle it all out. And so the funny thing is, doing it like that, it gives me a moment. Actually, I find it's giving me a moment just to ground my energy. So I'm going to continue with the format I'm using, whether you like it or not. It works really well for me as a reader. But I honestly, literally only sit with the cards. It can't be for more than a minute or two at the most, because I find for myself as a reader, the minute I could like channel in with you and I start talking and channeling it, that's when the messages really come out. Like I really could never do it any other way, but it just gives me a second to ground with the cards. And I think it's nice for you to be able to see the cards. But the minute I sat down to like connect with you, it's when it all came in, and I realized it looked like just another kind of Libra reading where it was, and you've kind of had like a few dips, a few little elevations. I think we talked about that like a few readings ago, where I felt like it's just, you've been like almost like meh. This reading looked like to me, I thought, oh, Libra's getting another meh. And then I connected with you and I got the story, and it was like, this shoots right off the scale. This reading shoots right off the scale to me in terms of a spiritual explosion and enlightenment. It's just crazy. So, all right. I haven't actually like tapped into you to look at the reading. That was just the underline, because I was like, so many cards in this underline. All right. So where you were in the past, your past, you had double mission, light worker, starseed, serve the world by being you. Ah, that makes so much sense, because we just did a backstory here of you kind of like finally realizing who you are and what you're supposed to be doing or how you're supposed to be doing it. And the relationship you're meant to be in, the relationships you're not meant to be in, like everything, like it's huge. But while you're doing that, like that's part of one mission here. But then the other mission, I gotta say, it's somehow serving the world by being you, which is really interesting, because that's the King of Wands. That's your unique expression here. And not nothing. It's like, you're not supposed to sit in the throne. That's just the funniest thing. But you don't know what you're supposed to do. Sing your own freaking song, honey. Mouse spirit, tend to the small things. I think getting caught up in small things, actually, to be quite honest. Not to say that small things didn't need to be looked at here. And I think they probably did. Because the small things, to me, I'm almost seeing them like the mortar, the caulking, or whatever's used to kind of hold a foundation together. Like if you don't have that, the foundation's going to fall apart. But it's almost like looking at all these things that you've utilized to hold an unstable foundation together. And then moving past that. And getting caught up in it, yeah, because it's there. You gotta address it. 9 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, 8 of Swords. This too is like, you have all the resources, you have everything at your fingertips. You're quite capable of doing whatever it is you need to do on your own, even finding the balance, finding a way to balance different aspects of your life. But the 8 of Swords, not seeing it, was like you had it right in front of you the whole time, but then not seeing it, not recognizing it. So, all right, I really feel like the underline is the longest part of this reading. So, okay, where you are right now, the great severing. Oh, that's what this is. This right here, there's a perfect way to describe that. Because he even said it's almost like when Neo goes into Special Agent Smith. He severs him apart, like the Matrix. But it's almost like the creator of the Matrix, which to me, I guess you could say is God, universe, source, gets into you. And you can feel like these different parts pulling you apart and Boom! The great severing. And in that, there could be too Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. It is that because it's when you're fighting like past, present, future, and that's where we are right now. There is like maybe even anger, how you pulled things over your own eyes, how you pulled the wool over your own eyes, how other people did it, how you allowed other people to do it. And just in so many different aspects. But then you find that it's the conflict too of these timelines of kind of hatching out of this chrysalis. And then it softens. I love it. It softens to love. It is honestly saying that you can't have healthy Mars without healthy Venus, and you can't have healthy Venus without healthy Mars. You need both of these, and you use them. Now it's time to be fearless and bold. The King of Wands without the devil on his back. His or her back, right? Yeah. Judgment. I haven't really looked at these. You got Judgment, the Two of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. Be careful with that. Don't overplan. I don't know. Maybe you need, maybe it's not a bad idea. Because it's a new beginning, right? But then I think it's this where you're looking at it and you're saying, oh, well, how I was creating or making plans for my new beginning a week ago, 2 weeks ago, a couple days ago, an hour ago, whenever this happened to you, that's not going to work. Because now I realize who I am, what I need to do, where I'm going. And that plan isn't going to work for that future. So, where's that take you? It takes you looking after yourself. I'll tell you that. You got water your garden and sweet results await. Water your garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness, rest. Be spirit, sweet results await. So I'm going to say that the first plan of action here is just to take a breath. Just take a breath, because yeah, it is honestly, it's just to take a breath, Libra, which would make sense. You got the Seven of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the Hanged Man. I think the universe wants to show you something here. It might be too, like if you're sitting there going, I really need to come up with something. And it's just like, I want to say too, like in this state of enlightenment, you could think to yourself, I need to find this, or I need to get that. But it's just what it is that you need to find or get or do, the right thing or the right person, like let's say you want to buy a new car. I don't know. It seems, I don't know. I want to say it doesn't seem in alignment, because it could be important if it's, you realize, what, I'm not meant to be here. I need to travel across the country, or then you're going to need a good car. But it's almost like nothing's resonating with you. Like maybe you've looked online, you're looking for the best car, you've done your research, you're like, yeah, no, it just, because of the Two of Swords too, it's almost like it doesn't feel right. I'm not really sure. That's because it's not right. So if it's not feeling right, it's not right, because the universe wants to show you something. So if there's something that you need in your planning to move forward, the universe is like, yeah, right? Because you're co-creating. Yeah, slow and steady. And this is kind of the point too, where the universe says, okay, we're gonna do what we need to do now. You did an awful lot, and you did actually. That is a lot. So the universe is now saying, okay, give us a hot minute here. We're gonna catch up to what's going on with you here, right? Slow and steady wins this race. There's no rush here. But Protect yourself and observe. That's what you're going to do in the future. You're going to protect yourself and observe. And you're going to learn. Because I think the universe is going to unfold some shit. And sweet results are going to be coming in for you, honey. So, you know, I don't want to look at the past, actually. And I don't, like, we just touched on it. I'm not going to clarify it because there's such, the underline is kind of like the details of it. And we don't need to, let's keep moving forward, right? Like, that's kind of energy you have here. Be fearless and bold. I think it's the first thing I'll clarify. Be fearless and bold. Yeah, just two of Pentacles, King of Cups, the Five of Swords. All right. You're fearless and bold. It starts off, how would I describe it? It starts off just kind of slowly finding the parts of yourself that maybe got tucked away during a really intense time. Or it just feels intense that, like, that literally stuck between the past, present, and future, and then suddenly spontaneously combusting, spontaneously awakening, right? Like, it's such a phoenix energy. And it makes sense. Time is not running out. Because I do honestly feel like the first part of being fearless and bold is connecting to perhaps emotions that have become deeply hidden for a while. With the King of Cups and the Five of Swords. Like, you've cut something out here emotionally. I think it's time to connect with that. Judgment. The Queen of Wands, the Six of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles. Wow. If this isn't like a person from your past that, well, I don't know. I'm really hesitant to say that. I don't want to really talk about your past because you've done just some crazy shit ass work here that's brought you in alignment with a spectacular future. It could be, but what I really want to say is there's something really strong here about now, because you've perfected, I want to say, the masculine side of your creativity and your drive and your desire and your passion, your will to live and exist and do things and capture the moment, like very, King of Wands. Now it's time to integrate your feminine aspect of that with the Queen of Wands. This is the inner child part of that, it looks like, with the Six of Cups and the Page of Pentacles too. So, and that's the emotional aspect of it. The Two of Swords. Right, and that even feels like an integration of two sides. The Ace of Cups and the Seven of Cups. It's time to explore your feelings. That's where you are right now. And that's the part that's being fearless and bold, is explore your feelings. I have a song coming in. It's so loud. Like, I think yesterday there was Billy Joel. This one is, I don't know why sometimes I get frightened. See my eyes, can tell that I'm not lying. I kind of love I love these. What is that? Who sang that? You guys know that song? I don't know why sometimes I get frightened. See my eyes and tell that I'm not lying. Maybe that's your song, your exit song. The World, yeah. Oh. The Seven of Pentacles. I love it because it looks like it's like a parting gift to the devil as you walk into the sunshine. what this is. This is just like so profound. I could swim in this energy all day, Libra. Look at that. Slow and steady wins the race. And I do, well, yeah, okay. But the sun is on the other side. You can see the sun. It's almost like, you know, it's like the fucking Matrix. Excuse my language, but I know a lot of times when I use curse words in the channel, it's because I'm kind of channeling them. But this is more like just me. It's like, oh, because I'm not one to, I'll say it under my breath. Like my own personality, I'm not a trucker. Not that I know a couple truckers. Anyways, I don't know. You got me babbling. This is just like, this energy is kind of like really kind of cool. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Maybe it's one last parting gift to the devil, and then you're hitting your enlightenment. You're actualizing yourself like in a big way. That's the plan. It's like one last gift to the devil. Parting gift. There you go. There's your thanks for coming to the party gift. Bye-bye. Water your garden. Nurture this. Honestly, nurture this, Libra. Nurture this. And I think that is the best future energy that we're picking up here. I don't know how long it is. A couple of weeks, a month, a few days. I have no idea. But it is, especially a parting gift to the devil. I also want to say that this is like, thank you for my lessons. I'm done with those. Have a good day. Right? Because it's also like, I want to say it's closing off things from the past in an appreciative way. You're moving forward in appreciation. You're moving forward in, yeah, that really. You're not moving forward. Yeah, I'm not even going to say that. I can't even say the words. I can't even say it because it's not here and it's not meant to be part of your story moving forward. Water your garden, body care, tenderness, and rest. Yeah, you're going to need a rest after an activation like that. Take it. The 8 of Swords and the 9 of Cups. Get ready to chase your dreams. Get your hair done. Go for a massage. Honestly, seriously, book a day at the spa. That's my spa day card too. Book a day at the spa. Get a foot massage. Get a pedicure and a manicure, whether you're masculine or feminine. It'll feel so good. Do it all. If you can afford it, you know. If you can't, find a good friend to rub your toes. Sweet result, because sweet results await. So this is a coming out party. The King of Swords and the 3 of Wands. Wow. This is you. And the clearest mind, the healthiest mindset, bringing it in. I want to say too, this is looking to me like he's pointing. Yes, he is pointing to something, Cindy. But he's pointing to something. The cat is having a bath. I don't know if I've never really picked up on that. Oh no, this cat's having a bath too. Okay, so, but anyways, it's a black cat. This is the white cat of like crystal clear thinking, okay? So, and I want to also say, because I feel like the black cat also symbolizes like protection, because it's like my Black Panther energy. So protection. But this is like this almost like Spirit's taking a bit of a rest here, the way it's like cleaning, but it's also like clean yourself up. I don't know why I'm saying that, like what you've done, just clean yourself up a bit. And whatever that means to you, whether it's your room's a mess or you're like, you know what? Yeah, I should get my nails done or my toes done, or I could use a trim, or if you're a guy, I could use a better shave, or I don't know, something. But I feel like the way he's pointing with his sword, he's pointing to the next chapter, right? And that's what you're bringing in. He's pointing to the next chapter, and that's what you're bringing in. The 7 of Wands. The 7 of Wands and the King of Wands. So the 7 of Wands is clarified by the 7 of Wands and the King of Wands. say it might be holding yourself back a bit when maybe you don't want to. But I feel like, honestly, like literally, the only reason you're supposed to hold yourself back is that I think you're preparing for your next chapter. And it is a body care. It's being kind to yourself. It's giving yourself the physical, literally the physical attention that you deserve after what you've been through. And I cannot like express this more. Like, even honestly, if you cannot afford to go and get a professional massage, go to the mall. Find one of those malls that have those massage chairs. Well, I'm Canadian, so I'd be like, take a couple loonies and toonies, which are coin $1 and $2. I don't know. In the US, it's probably 25 cents. I think it's so expensive up here compared to there. Yeah, we pay like loonies and toonies for things like that. So what you open. Maybe they have like, you suck up $1 into the machine. Go there. There's other things you can do too. You can get tennis balls. You can put them on the bed because you want something that is like a soft, not on the floor. You don't want it like pushing through. You get some tennis balls. You can put them on your bed and just kind of like roll on them. Release this. There's ways you can do this, even though I give you budget is really tight. So, but look after yourself. Look after yourself. And that is how you kind of like holding and guarding. Yeah, that's what you're doing. You're looking after yourself. And your next chapter is coming towards you. That's the only way you need to hold yourself back or protect yourself, is by nourishing yourself. The Page of Swords. The Magician. Oh, Jesus. And the Judgment card. The new beginning. I'm hearing has begun. Well, actually it has. Something has happened here. It's so profound. I'm really loving that song. I just want to go and listen to 80s songs. You know, there's one thing about 80s songs that you can kind of look at them, and sometimes they are kind of like swimming deeply in codependent, toxic kind of, I can't live without you and stuff like that. But then I look back on it and I think, like, because a lot of the songs that come out now, I gotta be honest, like a lot of the songs that I hear now, they're very toxic, masculine and feminine approaches to relationships. So I don't know if it's like the others, but almost like often it's like masculine energy wanting to like take advantage of both, actually, both. It's kind of funny, both. I think I'd rather enjoy the 80s music because it's almost like, it needs like something in between. Maybe the 90s were that compared to the 2000s, like Red Hot Chili Peppers and shit. No, and like Under the Bridge and all that shit's pretty painful too. It's such an interesting, I don't know, this just got me thinking about that. I need something in between because, yeah, you could say it was like the 80s and now we're a little too driven by this need for love, a very Disney kind of stuff, right? Like not Disney music, but just sort of that whole idea of unhealthy archetypes and stereotypes. And then it's just gone to such an extreme where, masculine and feminine are almost like shooting at each other. Yeah, it went from, I need you so much, I need you to fulfill me. And then, I don't want you coming near me. I can't fulfill anything. The Hanged Man. The Knight of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the Nine of Wands, and the Five of Cups. I'm telling you, you are going into a huge cycle of emotional fulfillment, like building the blocks for emotional fulfillment. Because the universe is going to show you, and I want to say too, it's a part of your life that you've held yourself back in. And it does have to do with emotional fulfillment. And you watch here, the universe is going to show you your next chapter. And it's the chapter that because it's followed up by the Nine of Wands and the Five of Cups. This is the chapter I feel of like love, poetry, expression, beauty, all of that flowing freely and openly has been the hardest, the longest, the most exhausting and disappointing battle is what that looks like. And there it is. A Two of Wands and a Seven of Swords. It's almost like, yeah, everything you've ever hidden from. This is so cool. I love this reading. It really, yeah, like that scene in The Matrix is the best way I could describe this, Libra. But it's like you were Agent Smith. And the universe has used the Matrix to bust you open. I'm going to go do the extended. It's extended. So, in the extended, we're going to ask your Starseed family, what is your next assignment? So, like, this is not really an assignment. This is like your next, this is just an aspect in the future. Like, an assignment is, you know, something that you're doing. Well, looking at, anyways, I don't know what the hell they So, I'm not even going to try to guess. What's your next assignment and why? All right, Libra, congratulations. I'll give you a bow. That's really a good one. That's a really cool sign. Well, you're a really cool sign, I guess. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.